Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. It's your girl Tiana, and I haven't done any videos in a few days because, as you can still hear, me did catch something. You know, when me catch coming like a flu. I mean, I say, God, boy, I tell you that the devil kind of wicked. Cause look how long me dey leave from December 3, and when I was supposed to go back to work January 6, I made it sick and sitting. But anyways, I did not do any videos, so here am I to do a video. So this one is assumptions about trans people, right? I have shot this video twice already and I had to delete it for one thing or the other, right? However, in recent days, persons have been engaging me about transgender people, and guys, don't feel any way that I use you guys to talk to my other subscribers, because maybe those persons have the same concerns and questions that you have. It's just that you were brave enough to actually ask me, right? So don't feel any way if me use what happened between us here. I won't call any names so nobody won't know it's you, but I really appreciate the fact that you guys ask the questions, whether you think you want to sound stupid or you think you're disrespectful or whatever. I like that you ask so that you can get the knowledge, because if you don't get the knowledge, you'll never know whether or not what you're thinking is stupid or whatever the case. You understand? And before I continue, I'd like to say a big up to my 309 subscribers, guys. I love y'all. And for the persons that keep subscribing and unsubscribing, okay, you know, you have these things on YouTube that tell about small YouTubers, blah blah blah, and you comment and them say let's support each other, and you subscribe to them channel and them subscribe to yours, and by the time you're queen, the number gone down back. I'm always watching my numbers, guys. So if it is that you say that you're going to subscribe, you should, and if you subscribe, nobody unsubscribe. If you're not subscribing, just not subscribe, but don't subscribe and then unsubscribe. Me not see the logics. You can subscribe and turn off your notification. I don't know, but it's not cool that you do that. I just thought I'd interject that. But for my 309 that's actually watching this video now, I appreciate you and I thank you for sticking around with me. Coming on, bigger and nine sometimes. But for all those who have found the videos informative and have learned something from them, it simply means that my mission is being accomplished. You understand? So thank you guys for actually giving the feedback. A lot of times people learn things and they would even tell us, say, yeah girl, I learned something from it. They would even make it, you know, make it feel some type of way. But for the persons who have said something, thank you. And I hope that I continue to impact your life in a positive way. Now, so the other day somebody messaged me and they asked me if Tony was able to get me pregnant. Now, I think I'm going to go into the assumptions, and I think the first assumption for persons, and that could be because they really just don't know or they haven't done the research, right? But the first assumption for persons about trans people is that they have to do surgery. If they don't do the surgery, they are not transgender, or they're less than, or somebody asked me if Tony was a full man or a half man, and I did not take offense to the question. Remember, I did not take offense to the question. I just saw it as an opportunity to educate, and that is pretty much okay, because before me meet Tony, I did not know anything about trans people either. Right now, I still don't know everything. I'm still learning. So the little that I know, I want to impart on you guys, right? Sometimes it's harder for us to go out there and actually do the research ourselves, but it is more accepted if we hear it from somebody. You understand? So this is peer education. Yes. So one person asked me if Tony can impregnate me, and the other person asked me if Tony was half man or half man or full man or whatever the case. Now, the first assumption is that transgender people have to have surgery. That is not the case. From the moment somebody realizes that they're transgender, right? Them not have to do the surgery to prove that they are. You understand me? because the opposite of cisgender is transgender, right? No, I am cisgender. I am very comfortable with my body and how I was made. That's fine, right? So if that is you as well, you are cisgender. If it is that there's any discomfort at all, and it doesn't necessarily have to, you don't necessarily have to have a discomfort to be transgender, and we will go into it some more. But for like trans men or trans women, and these persons, for trans man, that's a person that was assigned female at birth, but not themselves them as and a trans woman is somebody, a man, well, a person that was assigned male at birth. All right, let's just say it that way. A person that was assigned male at birth but identifies as a woman is considered trans woman. Yes. Now back to the assumptions. These people don't have to have surgery. A trans woman should not have to have surgery to be trans, and a trans man doesn't have to be surgery to be trans. Now it is evident that Tony is pre-surgery. That means he has not had any surgeries at all. All right, guys, Tony has not had any surgeries at all, right? However, he's still trans. We're hoping to do surgeries soon, maybe in another year or two, right? So let's put it out there. Tony is pre-surgery. He has not had any surgery yet. All right. So to go back to the question as to whether or not Tony can impregnate me, no, he cannot. Even with surgery, I don't think that's possible either. All right. Whether or not Tony is half man or half, and I think this question, what the person really was trying to ask us was, has Tony had any surgeries? I don't think they meant it like that, if Tony is half man or full man. All they wanted to know is if Tony has had their surgeries, right? And I did answer. I said no, he has not. But I'm also saying it publicly to say a person doesn't have to have surgery in order to be trans. Okay? From the moment the person realizes that something is not right, they are trans, in simple terms. Okay, so I think Tony realized that he was trans from he was about 4 years old, when he started to learn about body parts and function of the body and what boy must have and what girl must have. He has stated this on his channel, which is Tony Nathan Laws. So please guys, as soon as you're finished with this video, just run on over to his page and subscribe, and also watch some of his videos so that you guys can have a better understanding of what's going on. And if it is that you guys have questions, that is where we come in. So you can always shoot your questions, whether on his video or on my video, wherever you want to shoot the questions, on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever. So just listen to the videos, and then if you have questions after that, you can go ahead and leave them. So let's go back. So I'm all over the place, but the first assumption is that trans people have to have surgery, and we're shooting that down to say that no, they don't have to. The truth is, some trans people can't have surgeries because of medical reasons or other reasons, financial constraints, availability, accessibility, all of that, right? It doesn't make them less trans. Okay, so that's all. So it also couples now with this point that says all trans men have a dick and all trans women have a vagina. We're throwing that out as well. All trans men do not have a penis, and all trans women do not have a vagina. All right. So and that question, I have said this before, and that question is out of the question, meaning you don't ask a trans person if them have vagina or if them have penis or what they have. You just don't do that. That's not polite. You don't just walk around and ask people what you have in your pants. You have a vagina or do you have a penis? It is not polite, right? So for persons who have done it in the past, please refrain. It is very offensive to a trans person. So for some persons, they're okay with knowing that they don't have all the parts right now or whatever the case, but not everybody is comfortable having that conversation, right, with any and anybody as well, right? So you can innocently ask the question, but that innocent asking of the question can be very detrimental to somebody whose mental state is just not at the mature level that it needs to be And I'm just saying mature just so that we can be on the same page. You know why I use too much big word and too much fancy nothing. We just want everybody to understand. You get me? Right. So one, they don't have to have surgery, and two, they don't have to have, a trans woman don't have to have a vagina. A trans man don't have to have a penis. The other assumption is that they have a mental issue. So mental health issue. So a long time ago, it was ruled as a mental health issue. I don't remember when it was taken off. So it's no longer considered a mental health issue. You understand me? To be transgender is very much normal. It's very much normal, guys. Right? It's just that our society does not give recognition to them, but trans people are everywhere. Yeah? If I hear them say black people are everywhere you're going in the world, you can find black people. It's the same thing with trans people and LGBT people on a whole. Like, we're everywhere. It's just that because of society, a lot of persons are not open with who they are. And I think it's just sad that, you know, we're so backward in time that we can't even allow people to make a decision about their own lives. Right? Like me over here, so being LGBT, how does it affect you? You get me? I say, like, we need to get to that place where we just allow people to be. We don't understand. We can't understand everything. Yeah? First of all, we don't know everything. So therefore, as a result of that, we cannot understand everything. If it is that something happens and you're not sure, ask questions instead of drawing your own, you know, wrong conclusions or sometimes your negative remarks. I mean, I'm not saying that we should accept everything. I'm not saying that, because I don't accept everything. You understand? But if I see something that is not necessarily my kekla fish, right, and it not affect me, I'm not necessarily gonna say something. The only way me will say something is if it affects me or if you ask me my opinion. Right? If you don't ask me your opinion, I don't really have anything to say. Right? Because we're adults and we are all at an age where we can do whatever. From as long as we're considered adults, we are able to do whatever we want to do, and nobody should stand in that way of us, being our authentic selves. All right, so we said that all trans people, they don't have to do surgeries, so that also means that not every trans man have a dick, not every trans woman have a vagina. Next, it's no longer considered a mental health issue. Some people say them a fly up in a God face. Listen, everybody always say God knows everything and a God make everybody and God this and God that. God made them that way though. You know, that is one of the things about us, diversity. Some are with tall, some are with short, some are with fat, some are with slim, some are with dark, some are with clear or fair, some are with, you know, well, some of we have crimpy hair, some of we have straight hair, some of we have no hair at all, some of we trans, some of we cis. You understand? So we're not flapping on no God face. God made us this. That they are all straight. Okay, so another assumption is that all trans people are either straight or straight. They can't be anything else. If you're a trans man, that means say, you understand? But just like cis people, just like how cis people can be considered straight, cis people can be considered gay, cis people can be considered bisexuals, trans people can be considered all those things. Yes, so a trans man can be gay. So if somebody is trans, so let's just use Tony. Now, if Tony was attracted to men, he would be considered gay. Okay, so moving along, that they all want to transition. So I think we covered that when we said that not all of them have to have surgery. No, not all trans people have to have surgery. Not all trans people want to have surgery, because you have persons that are considered gender fluid. So fluid, you know, flows. So that simply means that if today they feel more masculine, or tomorrow they might get up and feel more feminine. So that is what we mean by gender fluid. You also have gender non-conforming. So these words, you can use context clues. To not conform to something means you don't stick to what society considers to be normal, like man for do this and woman for do that. Gender non-conforming persons, whether they be assigned male or female at birth, they don't conform to that. They don't conform to only females must do this and what females must do. They don't conform to none of that. Them do anything them want, whether a man something or a woman something. Gender non-conforming. Gender fluid means today I feel more masculine, tomorrow I feel more feminine. This morning more masculine, this evening more feminine. Gender fluid. In simple terms. Another assumption is that all trans women are drag queens or drag queens are trans women. No. You have trans women and you have drag queens. Drag queens are men who know that they're men, who dress up like women for entertainment or for whatever else. Trans women are women all the time, 24/7, 365. Drag queens, mark you, there are some trans women that don't pass easily, right? And to pass just simply means that they look cisgendered. You have some trans women that you know that they are trans women, right? Because of certain things. So those women might not necessarily be dolled up all the time for safety reasons or whatever the case, right? Another assumption is that trans men are super butches. That is not true, because butches are women and they know that they're women and they accept that they're women. However, their style is just more masculine, right? Trans men are not butches any at all, much less to be super butches or less super butches. You understand? Trans men are men. That's it. Trans women are women. Butches are women that are more masculine than norm. Right, so those are my assumptions. So let's go back over them. One is that they don't have to do surgery. You don't have to do surgery to be considered trans. Trans men don't have to have a penis. Trans women don't have to have a vagina in order to be trans. To be trans is not a mental health issue. No, them not fly up in a God face. In fact, a God met them. Trans people are not just considered straight. They can be considered gay or lesbian or bisexual, just like cisgender people. Some trans people don't want to transition. Some trans people cannot transition for medical reasons, finances, whatever else. Trans women are not drag queens. Drag queens are not trans women. There's a difference, a big difference. Trans men are not super butches, because trans men are men and butches are women, right? So those are the assumptions. I hope it was clear for y'all. You know the drill. If it wasn't, if you have questions, if you have concerns, if you want to add anything, if you want to take away anything, you may do so in the comments, guys. So please remember to hop on over to Tony's page, Tony Nathan Laws, and subscribe to his channel. On that note, there are two persons I also want to bring awareness to. Lee Longley, he's a trans man. You can also hop on over to LeeLongley and subscribe to his channel as well. He's a very new subscriber, YouTuber, so you can go over there and show him the support. We also have another LGBT person, Jallo Crew, JALLOWCREW. You can also hop on over there, subscribe to her channel, watch her videos, and comment and let her know that Tiana sent you all over there to spam her comments, right? So that is the end of the video, guys. Please remember to like this video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share with your friends that might want to know more about trans people. All right, so until next time, guys, this is your girl Tiana signing out. Unconditional.